What is up, YouTube? It is your boy Rose from the OG University and Knowledge channel. Today we're going to be talking about the consciousness and birth. So if you like talking about consciousness or anything of that sort, please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you feel about this video. Let's get into it. The exploration of consciousness has been the purview of scientists and philosophers for centuries, but new research puts forward the idea that these mental lights might turn on earlier than previously thought. A team of scientists and philosophers from the universities across the US and Europe analyzed emerging literature regarding parental and postnatal consciousness and determined a trend toward a slow awakening that occurs early on in life and even during the last month of pregnancy. This concept of early onset consciousness could bring about new advancements in neurology and even computing. For millennia, defining consciousness, both what it is and when it emerges, has been the tricky business of scientists and philosophers, and more recently, AI experts. And one of the biggest black holes in our knowledge, even though early human has experienced it, is exploring consciousness when you're young, like newborn young. To explore this confounding gap in our understanding, neuroscientists and philosophers from Australia's Monash University and Germany's University of Tübingen, Ireland's University of Trinity College in Dublin, and the University of Minnesota in the US conducted a widespread review of the literature surrounding prenatal and newborn consciousness. Although the prevailing theory throughout the 20th century was that consciousness didn't develop until many months after birth, this new research argues that consciousness could occur much earlier and even possibly in the final month of pregnancy. On that note, the study makes it clear that any consciousness that could develop during pregnancy only occurs around 35 weeks of gestation. Nearly everyone who has held a newborn infant has wondered, what, if anything, is it like to be a baby? Tim Bain, co-author and professor of philosophy at Monash University, said in a press statement. But of course, we cannot remember our infancy and consciousness. Researchers have disagreed on whether consciousness arises early at birth or shortly after, or late by 1 year of age, or even much later. While it's tempting to think consciousness as a light switch, one moment it's dark and then suddenly, this study argues that consciousness slowly awakens with the smallest whispers, possibly starting during pregnancy. So I guess we got a little illustration right here that kind of explains this. So this is pretty cool. It says illustration of the slow emergence of conscious across four neural markers. So we got this chart. Y'all can see the first step at 37 weeks at late gestation. We are at functional connectivity networks with long range connections. Then we hit birth. And once we hit birth, it looks like we are at attention recruiting frontal brain networks are coming in at 2 months post birth, 2 to 3 months. Then looks like we are at our early infancy. And it says multi-sensory integration, the McGurk effect. Whatever that is. We'll look that up real quick. McGurk. So we're gonna ask Copilot, what is McGurk effect? Wow, it's giving us a lot. Anyways, let's read it though real quick before we get back on topic. The McGurk effect is a perceptual phenomenon that demonstrates an interaction between hearing and vision and speech perception. The illusion occurs when the auditory component of one sound is paired with the visual component of another sound, leading to the perception of a third sound. The effect was first described in 1976 by Harry McGurk and John MacDonald in a proper or in a paper titled Hearing Lips and Seeing Voices. The McGurk effect is a robust phenomenon that occurs early in speech perception and is not dependent solely on auditory information. It is influenced by factors such as visual distraction, tactile diversion, familiarity, and syllable structure. So it's like watching, it's like if it, as if you were watching a video with different sound, with a different sound attached to it. I guess you guys could say is what it would look like. Interesting. So at late infancy to toddlerhood, we have P300 like neural markers of perceptual consciousness. 2 to 8 weeks to 3 months. So basically, at 3 months, we have full consciousness. That is insane. That took me by surprise. I did not know that. Anyways, it says the study tracked consciousness across four key markers: functional connectivity, frontal brain networks, multisensory integration, and neural markers of perceptual consciousness. While these four markers possibly begin at different times, multisensory integration, for example, shows up last in the lineup. It nonetheless shows a dynamic process through which human consciousness could arise. Our findings suggest that newborns can integrate sensory and developing cognitive responses into coherent conscious experiences to understand the action of others and plan their own response. Lorena Nacy, co-author and associate professor of psychology at Trinity College, Dublin, said in a press statement. The study admits that this is only the tip of consciousness iceberg, but confidentially claims that the idea of newborns as mostly unconscious beings can be safely laid to rest. To further analyze the early days of human understanding, innovations, and fatal magno. I'm not even going to try to read that word right. But anyways, as well as improved methods in analyzing MRI readings and awake infants could yield even richer data. So while the philosophical debate that's raged for thousands of years continues and likely will far into the future, science is slowly providing some clarity as to what it means to be a brand new conscious being. So what are your guys' thoughts on the consciousness? I'm really interested to see what you guys have to say. So if you can comment in the comment section, I really appreciate it. This is a very interesting topic. I always, as you guys can see, I'm a nerd, obviously, so I love talking about the consciousness and what we were even before birth and stuff like that. So yeah, talk to me in the comments. I definitely hit you guys back. Like, comment, subscribe, and support the OG legacy, the OG brand, OG University. We out. Y'all be safe out there. Until the next video, y'all already know.